You know, hey, man, you a whole bitch. Catch a nigga like him with that Glock and shoot the whole world. Y'all.
What it is, YouTube? It's your boy Tokyo here. Today we are back at it again with another reaction video. Today's video we got what video is this? The worst NBA death. Yeah, it's gonna be a different type of video that I've done that I'm gonna do for we're gonna still do like SMLs and all that stuff and all these other funny videos. But it's something that I wanted to like switch up on. I haven't seen this guy's content for a while. It's kind of like him and another person. I think it's like two people that run like do different channels for real. Well, I've been seeing this type of content for a minute. It seems pretty interesting learning about shit like this. We're gonna probably see some NBA players that we know. I ain't gonna lie, the ones that I've seen here, I can only recognize like probably like 2 or 3. I ain't gonna lie. But we about to go ahead and get into this. If you guys like this type of video, make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you are new, and make sure you subscribe to I think this nigga name is the painful. I was about to say the poisonous. I don't know why, but the painful explainer. Yeah, that's a fucking title. That's a name. I ain't gonna lie. That's fucking crazy. But yeah, we about to go ahead and get into this. Yeah, let's go ahead and check it out. I'm gonna make myself a little smaller.
Kobe Bryant on January 26, 2000.
Ooh, why do you gotta start off? Why do you gotta start off with this one, bro? Shit. I ain't gonna lie. I don't even know why I'm pausing so early, bro. But we gotta get into it. I'm gonna say my stuff later.
Basketball fans worldwide were stunned by the sudden death of Kobe Bryant, the
Facts,
41-year-old legend who had built his legacy as one of the greatest players in NBA history. That morning, Bryant boarded a Sikorsky S-76B helicopter in Orange County, California, alongside his 13-year-old daughter Gianna and 7 others. They were headed to a youth basketball tournament at Bryant's Mamba Sports Academy in Thousand Oaks. The helicopter took off at 9:06 a.m. under special visual flight rules. The weather that day was unusually foggy, with visibility dropping to under 3 miles. The pilot, Arazobian, was experienced with approximately 8,200 flight hours, but even he struggled with the deteriorating conditions. As the helicopter climbed to avoid the low cloud ceiling, visibility continued to worsen. The pilot was granted special clearance to navigate through controlled airspace. Minutes later, Zobayan announced he was climbing to avoid a cloud layer. The helicopter reached 2,300 feet before making a sharp left turn. What happened next was catastrophic. The aircraft suddenly began...
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. This shit was heavy, bro. I ain't gonna cap. When Kobe died, bro, and mind you, like, I'm the type of nigga that, like, I ain't gonna cap. Kobe was like that as one of the first ever like basketball players that I ever like really was like a fan of type shit. So it was kind of like weird seeing this nigga on the news and just be like, you feel me, just seeing that shit. Like, that shit was unreal, bro. I'm not gonna lie, that I felt like that whole shit was unreal because it was like, what the fuck, like what the fuck. Like really, him and his daughter, bro. That shit's fucking crazy, bro. Like, what the fuck? And I didn't see the autopsy, but I heard about the autopsy, and that shit was even crazier, bro. That shit is even crazier. I ain't gonna lie. That shit almost damn near made me cry, bro.
And descending at a rate of over 4,000 feet per minute. Flight data showed the helicopter was traveling at approximately 190 miles per hour when it slammed into the hillside of Calabasas. The impact was so violent that the aircraft shattered on contact, scattering debris across the steep terrain. The wreckage immediately burst into flames, scorching the surrounding brush. All 9 people aboard, 8 passengers and the pilot, died from the crash. The severity of the impact was extreme. Medical examiners later confirmed Bryant's body was identified through fingerprints, as the crash had caused such extensive damage that visual identification was impossible. When first responders arrived at the remote hillside, they found only devastation. The fog was so thick that even police helicopters had been grounded that morning, forcing rescue teams to hike to the wreckage. Len Bias. On June 19,
bro, like, I ain't gonna cap, dog. That shit was literally the saddest day. That shit was like, bro, everything stopped for a minute, bro. Cause like, I still remember where I was at when I saw that shit happen, bro. Like, I was literally dead ass in my room. I was dead ass chilling in my room watching this fucking 90s Spider-Man, and I just happened to go, and it's like, it's always on fucking Snapchat. I happened just to go on Snapchat, and like the first things I saw was Kobe Bryant dead, like at 43 or whatever, in a helicopter crash. I'm like, I had to look at that shit at least like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I had to see that shit a lot of fucking times, bro. Read that bitch like dead, like till I couldn't read no more, bro. Like, what the fuck? I'm like, bro, there's no way this nigga just fucking died. Like, there's no way. I'm dead ass like in this motherfucker like tripping right now. Because, like, this is Kobe Bryant, bro. Black Mamba, nigga. Like, bro, are you serious, dog? That shit fucked me up, dog. I'm not gonna lie. That shit fucked me up. Like, I don't even know. I think that one was really, like, the worst one. Because, cause, I don't know which, like I said, I don't even know which one was, like, really the worst one I personally seen. This is when I was, like, I was, like, a teenager, bro. I'm, like, 16, bro, when this nigga died. I was like 16 when him and Juice WRLD died, bro. Like, that shit was back to back, nigga. Like, what the fuck? Like, what, man? Shit fucked me up, bro. I'm still mad. I was still pissed. I wasn't even pissed. I was fucking shocked. I was shocked when that nigga died. I'm like, what the fuck, nigga? Cause it's like that shit was like out of nowhere. That was literally like an out of nowhere like expectation, bro. Cause it's like you haven't heard. You haven't really heard from Kobe in a while, type shit. At least me, I haven't heard from this nigga in a minute, type shit. Like, and even on my Instagram at the time, like the Instagram I had at the time, I was following this nigga on Instagram, and he barely was really like. I don't even think he was really posting like that for real, you know. So it was like one of those celebrities that's just like just out of mind. You just think like, you don't really think nothing of him, type shit. You feel me? Like you just be thinking this nigga chilling. You feel me? That shit was fucked up.
1986, the sports world was rocked by news that seemed impossible to believe. Just 40 hours earlier, Len Bias had been selected second overall in the NBA draft by the Boston Celtics, a team that had just won the championship. The 22-year-old University of Maryland star was considered by many scouts to be the equal of Michael Jordan in raw athletic ability. His future wasn't just bright, it was blinding. After being drafted, Bias returned to College Park, Maryland to celebrate with friends in his dormitory. The celebration began on the evening of June 18. According to witness accounts and police reports in the early morning hours of June 19th, Bias and several companions used pixie dust in his dormitory suite. For Bias, this moment would prove fatal. Around 6:30 a.m., something changed. Bias suddenly seized up. His 6'7" frame convulsed violently, then collapsed onto the floor. Brian Tribble, one of Bias's friends, called emergency services at 6:32 a.m. Paramedics arrived within minutes to find Bias unresponsive on the floor. They attempted cardiopulmonary resuscitation as they rushed him to Leland Memorial Hospital. Inside the emergency room, doctors worked frantically to restart his heart. The pixie dust had triggered a cardiac arrhythmia, an irregular heartbeat so severe that blood could no longer properly circulate.
Well, I only stick to the herb, bro. I only stick to weed. And that's it. I ain't gonna lie. I only stick to weed and lean. That's it. Like, bro, I don't snort shit. Like, what the fuck? I don't, like, if you do, go ahead. I don't give a fuck. If you go ahead and do some candy, some nose candy, I don't care. Me personally, fuck no. I ain't doing that shit. It got me fucked up, bro. Like, that shit do not seem fucking comfortable, bro. Like, I don't even like when shit is up my nose, like, I don't even like putting, like, you know, like when your nose is stuffed up and you gotta put that fucking, that stuff to clear that bitch up. I hate doing that shit. It looks just like this and shit. It kind of looks like looks like this type shit. You hold it like this and then like that. I hate doing that shit. Why the fuck would I put this shit up my nose, bro? Hell nah, bro.
Through his body. At 8:55 a.m., after all resuscitation efforts had failed, Len Bias was pronounced dead of cardiac arrhythmia related to pixie dust usage. Despite having the physique of an elite athlete, his cardiovascular system had been overwhelmed by the substance. Len Bias was pronounced dead, having never signed his NBA contract or played a single professional minute. Bison Dele. On July 6, 2002, a luxury catamaran named the Hakuna Matata set sail from Tahiti into the South Pacific with 4 people aboard. At the helm was Bison Dele, the 33-year-old former NBA player who had walked away from a 5-year, $36 million contract just 3 years earlier to pursue a life of... year $36 million contract just 3 years earlier to pursue a life of adventure. Accompanying him were his girlfriend Serena Carlin, the boat's captain Bertrand Saldo, and Dele's older brother, Miles DeBoard. What began as an idyllic voyage through paradise soon turned sinister. The relationship between the brothers had always been strained. DeBoard, born Kevin Williams, had lived in the shadow of his more successful younger brother his entire life. Witnesses reported tensions between the two in the days before departure.
I don't know, bro. I couldn't really ever hate on my brother for real, for real. There's no fucking point, bro. It's like, at the end of the day, because it's like, I can't really hate on my siblings. Because, like, at the end of the day, it's like, these niggas all older than me, bro. So it's like, it's kind of like an expectation to, like, I can understand that y'all are actually should be doing what y'all should be doing type shit. So that's why I can't be hating on motherfuckers for real. Like, y'all should, like, we all grown as hell at the end of the fucking day. We all should be doing what the fuck we should be doing type shit. That's why I shouldn't really be. That's why I can't really hate type shit. You feel me? At the end of the day, you supposed to do that shit. Like, you feel me? It doesn't matter if that shit nicer. It doesn't matter if that shit nice as hell. Like, I'll be proud, actually. You feel me? I'm actually, like, you feel me? I'm actually, like, whoa. Like, when my brother got his shit, bro, I was proud as fuck of that nigga, bro. You feel me? Because that's like some shit that's like, you know? Like, you seeing your sibling actually literally real life step up, make it up into life type shit. You feel me? You should be proud of that shit for real, for real. I ain't gonna cap. No matter what the fuck it is, you feel me? Like, that shit's me for real. Like, your sibling y'all gonna have your back at the end of the fucking day. No matter if y'all fucking argue or whatever the fuck, that's just how that shit is. That's gonna be your sibling at the end of the fucking day. They gonna fucking get on your nerve and shit. But I would just say, like, there's really no need to, like, really hate on them niggas for real, because at the end of the day, that's your sibling, bro. Like, they gonna always have your fucking back. You should always have theirs, bro.
Sure. The tension on
Y'all
the
share the same
55-foot
blood,
vessel,
nigga.
isolated in the vast emptiness of the ocean, intensified with nowhere to escape. In early July, somewhere in the South Pacific, something terrible happened. French authorities later theorized that a violent confrontation erupted aboard the vessel. What exactly transpired remains uncertain, as no witnesses survived to provide testimony. On July 20th, DeBoer sailed the Hakuna Matata back to Tahiti alone. The other three passengers, Del, Carlin, and Saldo, were gone. He attempted to
This nigga killed everybody? Oh, shit. Oh, damn. Oh, fuck. Yo, bro. I don't think it was ever that fucking deep, bro. Nigga, you killed everyone? What the fuck? Bro, like, was it really that fucking serious? It couldn't be that serious, bro. I just think you got the same stash as me. I got shade and shit now, bro. But no, it couldn't be that serious, bro. Like, dog, that's your fucking brother and whoever the fuck the other people were. I don't even know who the other people were that was related to you. I don't even know. But, dog, like, what the fuck? That's crazy, bro. Like, that's you're wildin'. You're wildin', bro.
Impersonate his brother and withdraw large sums of money from Dele's accounts. When authorities closed in, DeBoard fled to Mexico and then to California. On September 27th, after learning he was the prime suspect, DeBoard took a lethal dose of insulin and slipped into a coma. He died without ever confirming what happened on the catamaran. French authorities believe Dele, Carlin, and Saldo were killed and their bodies disposed of at sea, but the exact circumstances of their deaths remain unknown. The bodies have never been recovered. Lorenzen Wright. On July
So we'll never even know if this nigga actually killed his family, bro. Cause this nigga ended up taking his own, bro. That's crazy. That's fucking wild. I ain't gonna lie. What team was he supposed to play? The last nigga. What team was he supposed to play? Let me know in the comments, cause I didn't peep.
July 19, 2010, former NBA player Lorenzen Wright left his ex-wife's home in Collierville, Tennessee. The 34-year-old had played for 5 NBA teams during his 13-year career, earning over $55 million. He was visiting Memphis to attend his sister's baby shower and to bring his...
What team did he play? Alright, so he played the Clippers, Hawks, Grizzlies, Ooh, alright, and the Kings, okay. Alright, that ain't bad. I ain't gonna care. That's not bad.
13-year career, earning over $55 million. He was visiting Memphis to attend his sister's baby shower and to bring his children home to Atlanta. No one knew this would be the last time he was seen alive. Just after midnight, a 911 dispatcher received a call from Wright's cell phone. The recording captured the sound of multiple gunshots. A man's voice could be heard. The dispatcher tried to get a location, but the call abruptly ended. Despite the distress call, the recording was not immediately prioritized for investigation. When Wright failed to return to Atlanta, his family filed a...
At Foot Locker.
So you mean to tell me that these... Bro, wait, hold up. This nigga heard gunshots, a man screaming, and didn't try to fucking trace the call back? I know this is like 15 years ago, this is 2010, but I'm pretty sure 2010 technology, I think they could still trace calls. I'm pretty sure. And why does this nigga not take it so seriously? Look at him. He don't even care, bro. You just heard gunshots and you just like, oh well, just another Thursday. The fuck?
Investigation. When Wright failed to return to Atlanta, his family filed a missing person report on July 22nd. Police began a cursory search, but progress was slow. On July 28th, searchers found Wright's body in a wooded area off Callis Cutoff Road, southeast of Memphis. Medical examiners determined he had been shot multiple times.
Why does that sound familiar? That Callis Cutoff Road area. That sounds like an area that like everybody died in, bro. Like, you feel me? I'm pretty sure I heard somebody else died near that place, you feel me? Or was found near that place, I should say.
The bullet wounds and location suggested a homicide. The case went cold for 7 years until investigators uncovered the shocking truth. Wright's ex-wife, Shara Wright Robinson, had conspired with a man named Billy Ray Turner to kill her former husband. Evidence revealed they had planned the murder in advance. The motive? A $1 million life insurance policy Shara had taken out on Wright. In 2019, she pleaded guilty to facilitation of first-degree murder and was sentenced to 30 years in prison. Dražen Petrović, on June 7, 1993, one of basketball's brightest international stars, was returning from playing with the Croatian national team in Poland. The 28-year-old New Jersey Nets guard had just completed his best NBA season, averaging 22.3 points per game, with a field goal accuracy rate of 51.8%. Following a qualification tournament for the 1993 Eurobasket in Wrocław, Poland, Petrović decided to skip his scheduled flight back to Zagreb and instead drive through Germany. His journey would take him on the Autobahn 9, a highway system famous for having no speed limits in certain sections. Petrović was not driving. He sat in the passenger seat of a red Volkswagen Golf with Clara Salanci, a woman he had been romantically involved with for only a few weeks. Behind the wheel, in the back seat, was Hilal Edebal, a Turkish basketball player.
Alright, so this is like out of country. Alright, so this is just not like NBA type. Well, these are like NBA players. What kind of NBA players? Like out of country NBA players for well, not, it's basketball players, I should say. That's what he say. Alright, this is kind of interesting. I ain't gonna lie.
It had been raining heavily that afternoon near Denkendorf, creating dangerous conditions on the typically fast-moving highway. Visibility was poor as they traveled southbound at high speed. Petrović had fallen asleep in the passenger seat. At approximately 5:20 p.m., they approached an unexpected obstacle. A truck from the Netherlands, traveling in the opposite northbound lanes, had swerved to avoid a collision with another vehicle. The truck driver lost control, broke through the Autobahn median barrier, and crashed into the southbound lanes. The truck came to a stop, blocking all 3 lanes of southbound traffic. The driver exited the vehicle and attempted to wave down oncoming traffic. On the wet road and at high speed, Salanci had only seconds to react when the stopped truck came into view. She braked and lost control of the small Volkswagen, which crashed into the truck. The impact was severe. The passenger side of the vehicle,
with Google Play
which crashed into the truck. The impact was severe. The passenger side of the vehicle, where Petrović was seated, sustained the greatest damage. Petrović had not been wearing a seatbelt. The force of the collision ejected him from the vehicle, causing severe head trauma. Emergency responders arrived at the scene and attempted resuscitation, but the injuries were fatal. According to the autopsy report, Petrović died on impact from severe head injuries. Both Salanci and Edebal survived the accident but sustained serious injuries. Edebal suffered severe memory loss and would never play basketball again. Eddie Griffin. On August 17, 2007, former NBA player Eddie Griffin drove his niece.
This nigga sound familiar. I can't think of, like, it's something this. No, that's a comedian. I'm tripping. This is also a basketball player too. Is that nigga a comedian?
Nissan SUV through the streets of Houston, Texas. The 25-year-old had once been considered among basketball's most promising talents, selected 7th overall in the 2001 NBA draft. But his career had been derailed by personal struggles, including battles with alcohol. That night would prove to be his last. At approximately 1:30 in the morning, Griffin's vehicle approached a railroad crossing in the 5300 block of Lawndale in southeast Houston. As Griffin neared the intersection, warning signals were active. Crossing arms were down, red lights flashed, and warning signals sounded, alerting of an approaching Union Pacific freight train. According to authorities, Griffin's SUV went through the crossing arm and into the path of the oncoming train. The locomotive struck Griffin's vehicle. The SUV burst into flames on impact. The impact and subsequent fire were fatal. Griffin died at the scene. The fire burned his body so badly that investigators were unable to identify him for 4 days. Medical examiners later used dental records to confirm his identity. Toxicology reports revealed his blood alcohol level was 0.26, more than 3 times the legal limit in Texas of 0.08. The Harris County Medical Examiner's Office determined Griffin died of multiple blunt force injuries. His injuries included 2 collapsed lungs, a lacerated liver and kidney, 4 broken ribs, and burns over most of his body. Bryce DeJean Jones. On May...
Damn, bro, that shit is fucking sad. Shit. What the fuck? It really do be that drinking shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That drinking shit really do take a toll on, like, a lot of famous people, bro. Not even famous people, regular people, too. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, I feel like... I ain't gonna say I feel like, but, like, most of the time, it's, like, I see, like, a lot of, like, times when it's, like, when you let alcohol... Not even alcohol. I can't even say... Well, I can't say... When you let alcohol take over for a while, like... That shit just... I don't know, bro. You can see... Like, it's a certain energy that takes over, bro. I can say that. Like, a certain energy that takes over to the point where, like, you'll be like, yo, bro, is you good, bro? Like, you have to, like, actually sit that nigga the fuck down and be like, bro, you actually gotta, like, fucking quit type shit. Like, you actually gotta stop type shit. I don't know. That's just me, bro. I don't drink, so that's just something that I just really be noticing.
28, 2016, NBA rookie Bryce DeJean Jones arrived in Dallas, Texas. The 23-year-old New Orleans Pelicans guard was visiting to celebrate his daughter's first birthday with his girlfriend. They were staying at the Camden Belmont apartment complex. His girlfriend lived on the 4th floor, and this was DeJean Jones's first visit to her new apartment. This unfamiliar layout would prove fatally confusing. Around 3:20 in the morning, DeJean Jones returned to the complex after going for a walk following an argument with his girlfriend. His girlfriend and daughter were asleep in their 4th floor apartment. Disoriented in the unfamiliar building, DeJean Jones mistakenly went to the 3rd floor instead. The layouts were similar, and in his state of confusion, he approached what he thought was his girlfriend's door. It was actually 1 floor below. Finding himself unable to enter, DeJean Jones began kicking the door. After several forceful kicks, the door frame splintered and the lock gave way. What DeJean Jones didn't know was that this apartment belonged to a man who had never met him, a stranger who was now awakened by the violent sound of his front door being broken down in the middle of the night. The resident, startled awake, grabbed his gun from his nightstand. As DeJean Jones entered the apartment and began shouting for his girlfriend, he approached and kicked open the bedroom door. The resident, who had called out but received no answer, thought the person breaking in intended to harm him. He fired his handgun through the bedroom door, striking DeJean Jones in the abdomen. Despite his injuries, DeJean Jones managed to leave the apartment. He collapsed in an outdoor passageway. Police arrived and transported him to a hospital, where he died from his injuries. According to a report from the NBA's senior vice president and chief security officer, no charges were filed against the apartment resident. Under Texas law, a person is allowed to use deadly force to defend themselves in their home. Malik Sealy. On
shit, that's fucked up. And you in Texas too, so they ain't gonna charge the nigga too. That's fucking crazy. I ain't gonna lie. That's crazy, but fuck it. I mean, like, he did say that it was his first time in the apartment, like an apartment building. He didn't really know the layout. So I guess that is just like a mistake for real. It's a common. This is not really common, but like a simple mistake that just turned deadly for real. R.I.P. though. That's fucking crazy. I ain't gonna lie. But like, at the same time, right? It's 3 a.m. You wouldn't. Why didn't you call your girl? Like, you know, like, why didn't you just call her and be like, hey, wake up, I'm at the door, can you open up real quick? I'm pretty sure you know that she's asleep, you feel me? The key isn't working. I'm assuming that she gave you a key. I'm just gonna assume that she gave you a key. The key isn't working. You ain't gonna call up, just say, hey, the door's not, like, the key not working, come let me in real quick. Because, like, I'm pretty sure her key works, so that's just me, you feel me? Or, like, why the fuck would you try to break into the fucking house? Why would you try to break in? Like, why would you try to break in? Why would you break in? Why not? Why would you break in? Is that just something that you just do, like, on a daily? You just try to break into your own fucking house? Like, what the fuck? What the fuck wrong with you, bro? I'm not gonna lie. That's some tweaked out shit. Like, why the fuck would you break into the fucking apartment? Like, you know, like, what if your girl had a gun? And then you just sitting there just looking goofy as hell. You got shot by your own girl. Like, that's not smart. I'm not gonna lie. That's not smart, bro. I'm not gonna cap. That's not smart at all, bro.
May 20th, 2000, Minnesota Timberwolves guard Malik Sealy was driving home from a celebration. The 30-year-old had just attended teammate Kevin Garnett's 24th birthday party at a local restaurant. It was after 4 in the morning as Sealy traveled northbound on Highway 100 in his luxury SUV. The road was nearly empty at that hour. Unknown to Sealy, a 43-year-old man named Suksangwana Fengzin was driving in the opposite direction, except he wasn't in the opposite lane. Fengzin's pickup truck was traveling the wrong way on Highway 100. He had spent the evening drinking. Blood tests would later show his blood alcohol level was 0.19, nearly twice the legal limit in Minnesota at the time, which was 0.1. The two vehicles collided head-on. The impact was severe. Sealy died from head and chest injuries in the collision. Neither driver had been wearing a seatbelt. Fengzin's airbag deployed, but Sealy's SUV did not have an airbag. Fengzin survived the crash with head and chest injuries and was hospitalized in serious condition. According to St. Louis Park Police, Sealy was dead upon their arrival at the crash scene, around 5 a.m. The Minnesota State Patrol arrested Fengzin on Monday, May 22nd. He was charged with criminal vehicular operation. Fengzin later pleaded guilty to vehicular manslaughter and was sentenced to 4 years in prison, serving 3 years before his release in 2003. The Timberwolves organization was devastated by the loss. Sealy had been instrumental in the team's turnaround that season, helping Minnesota achieve a franchise-best 50-32 record. In his honor, the Minnesota Timberwolves retired his number 2 jersey. If you want to see more videos like this, click the video on screen now and make sure to subscribe.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. That's fucking sad as shit, though. I ain't gonna cap. That's some sad ass shit. Bro. I ain't gonna lie. One nigga, why the fuck would you break into the fucking house, bro? That doesn't make sense. Like, why not call your girl? This is in 2016 too, bro. That was in 2016, right? Like, why not? Like, why didn't you just fucking, And like, I understand this nigga was drinking and shit, but like, again, like, who the fuck is going, who is, alright, I guess I'm different, I don't know. But anyways, guys, if you like this video, make sure you like, subscribe if you're new, and make sure you check out the Painful Explainer, link to in the description down below. And with that being said, I'm up out of here. Peace.